Why is the ground shaking? And why am I not a Lich yet? Oh, look. Demons. Oh no, there are too many of them. This is useless. We're done for, cowards. Don't fall back. Hold the line. We're in Gofta. A huge, oily Noffelshani is waiting for you with his arms folded. Here comes the commander, kids. Aha, so commander, do you like what you see? You've arrived just in time to hear your friends screaming for help. They trusted you, and look what happened to them. Do you actually think you can rescue them? Ha! Who do you think you are? Who sent this army here, you beast? We all served our master Baphomet, Lord of the Labyrinth. He promised us Dresden, and your skin is as a doormat. Only I have the power of life and death over these soldiers. How dare you try to steal what is mine? Such bold words and so much ambition. I might even be a little bit scared, haha. And this is the great hero everyone is afraid of. Come on, show us what you've got. You are just a jumped-up mortal insect. You are nobody. Requires legend mythic pack. What? Legend mythic pact? Well, how's this? Yes, I am immortal. I am a commander of the Fifth Crusade. This is my city, my people, my destiny. Oh, Lich. I am the Lord of Death. Power rushes through your body, almost ripping it apart. The wound in your chest bursts open in a spray of bloody droplets. The might bestowed upon you by the Abyss and Erili Vorlesh erupts into this world, and you pay for it in the purest agony. Okay, this city is steeped in death. The people now lying on its streets are but a drop in the ocean of those who have perished here. Thousands of warriors gave their lives to protect it. Thousands more fell trying to capture it. Dresden stands atop bones, and you hear the soft groans of the dead rising up from the underground. You answer them. You summon the fallen and rally them for a new fight. You promise that their cold, decayed hands will have another chance to squeeze the life out of their hateful foes, that their ghostly hearts will once again be filled with battle rage. You don't care who answers your call, a brave crusader or a frenzied cultist. Death is a great equalizer. It has erased their faces and given you power over their souls. Dum dum dum. Oh look, it's the undead horde to fight the demon horde. An incredible silence suddenly descends over the city. It is broken by the solemn sound of fanfares that seem to come from far away, everywhere and nowhere all at once. All eyes are turned to the huge stained glass window of the city's main cathedral. It begins to glow with a soft light, and in the next breath, a lone figure steps out of the glass onto the cobblestones of Dresden.
Knight Commander, at last we meet.
There is no mistaking her, Iomade, the goddess who has deigned to descend to the world of the mortals. Your companions shield their faces, unable to withstand her radiance. The surviving demons quiver. The townsfolk fall to their knees, but the deity's eyes are on you and you alone. Attacker? Shouldn't that be labeled stupid? Oh wow, look everyone, it's a goddess. Greet you, Light of the Sword. Bend the knee? Should we bend to her? Seems like it'd be lying there, wouldn't it? Gods don't often descend into our world.
They rarely have good reason to. I suppose you're asking yourself why I am here. Gods must not interfere directly in the affairs of mortals. But what is happening here, in the World Wound, is no longer the concern of mortals alone. And this is proof. This fortress has witnessed so many horrors and miracles. It makes me wonder how it still stands. You gain more and more frightening abilities. Death is your loyal servant, and darkness your constant companion. The demons are defeated, but what I see is not a victory, but the aftermath of an atrocious crime. Dresden has become a city of the dead, and the heroes who swore an oath to me have fallen, and their remains have been desecrated.
And whose fault is that really? Not mine.
But I did not come here to reproach you, or to bewail the fate of the unfortunate defenders of Dresden. I wish to stop the forces of evil and defend Golarion, both from Daskari's violent rage and from Nocticula's insidiousness. But that is not my only goal. I have come here to restore justice, for justice is the birthright of all. That's why I hail you as a hero who has triumphed over the demons many times. At the same time, I grieve for you, as for a soul that has succumbed to the influence of the Abyss and been poisoned by its evil.
You're right, but what can I do about it? I've achieved more in my crusade than all the other crusades achieved in 100 years, so if you think you're going to criticize me for using my power, think again. Concerns for me. Now let's be honest. What is your real reason for coming here? Hard to move road, but I follow my own path. What's your real reason for being here?
My reasons are as I have told you. I am no demon. I do not lie and cheat. Of that sin I am most certainly innocent. In that moment, when my poor herald was being torn apart by monsters, he found the strength to send me a message about what he had learned in the Abyss. You were in Alushanira, where you spoke with the Lady in Shadow and the Architect of the World Wound. They confessed what they had done to you, but they did not reveal the whole truth. Both you and this unfortunate world will have to pay dearly for the power that they so generously bestowed upon you. But all is not yet lost. That is why I have come.
Uh-oh. The walls of Dresden shake again, and with a ringing laugh, a black shadow appears before the shining goddess, Nocticula in the flesh. Standing beside her is a Erilu Forlesh, who stares at the goddess with the ice-cold rage in her eyes.
Who here has been taking my name in vain? Ah, it's you, the Inheritor. What's this? Our worst fears have come to pass. The gods are flocking to Golarion. This merry little tinderbox could ignite at any moment, reducing the material plane to dust.
I did not come here to fight.
Oh, really? I didn't realize you were good for anything else. Forgive me, that was unfair of me. Judging by your successes over the last 100 years, fighting is not your forte. After all, the wound is still there.
You pansy.
As far as
Get
I know.
back in there and fight.
So why are you here? If you have come to meddle in my affairs, don't expect me simply to stand aside.
I don't want to listen to you, Ayamade. Leave now. No, I have nothing to discuss with either of you. I'm ready to hear what you want to tell me. Yes, let's hear what they have to say.
Do you hear me, Nocticula? You and your servant are under no obligation to leave. I have come here to shed the light of truth. Let us see if you both can withstand its merciless radiance. I cannot change the flow of mortal history by
Incoming
force.
message.
After all, the world wound is their doing, although committed at the behest of the Abyss. But sometimes force is unnecessary, and truthful words are all it takes.
And Ronnie, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to the stream.
The goddess who was mortal not so long ago is eager to judge us for our sins now. My sin, to be precise. What lies behind your eagerness,
Incoming
proud
message.
Iomade? Righteous wrath? Or perhaps fear? Watch out. A simple mortal woman has learned how to grant powers to others. Powers which are beyond the wildest dreams of many Imperial lords. This must be stopped, forbidden, taken away immediately. After all, what need will we have for all these arrogant gods once we become their equals?
Dino Angelica, thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. And I just did hydrate.
Silence. It's impolite to interrupt your elders. But you know, Inheritor, she does have a point. What are you going to do now? Break my weapon, which has made so many victories possible, and only because he received that weapon from my profane hands, and the entire affair must therefore be profane also? What real reasons do you have? Save those born of your envy, your capriciousness, and your suspicions?
My reasons are quite real, as you well know. That is why you appeared here in such haste, is it not? You have woven a delicate lace of half-truths nocticula. From you and your servant, the Knight Commander has learned that he is bound to the world wound, that he is slowly dying because of its influence, and that he is yet capable of closing it. But you withheld a crucial piece of information. You never told him that closing the wound won't save him from death. For this lock will destroy the key to which it is bound. The one who closes the world wound will die along with it.
Oops.
That is
Oops.
true.
Is that
I
all you
tried
can
to
say?
tell you back in Illusion
That was really
era,
poorly
but I was
done.
not allowed to. It is an unavoidable consequence of this process. To stitch two planes together as I have stitched Galarian and the Abyss, the soul of a mortal must be woven with the essence of the Abyss. To undo this seam, the original soul, the key, must be ripped apart. No one could survive such a process.
In other words, if I die, I'll die if I don't close a wound, and I'll die if I do close it. So were you trying to hide this from me? What if I reject the power? What if I'm willing to sacrifice my life if it means closing the world wound? Goddess, can you help me cleanse my soul and influence the Abyss? Well, now I'm going to finally starting to understand the rules of this game. Go number 1 first.
It is true. Now do you see the perils of accepting a demonic gift? No matter how much power the Abyss gives you, that power will always be tainted by lies and misfortune. This is the justice I promised you. The right to know the whole truth, and not to be a plaything in the hands of abyssal spawn.
Ridiculous, you're trying to hide this from me.
Trying, you say? I successfully hid the truth from you for as long as I deemed necessary. Are you expecting me to explain myself? My goal is to close the world wound, not to grant you a happily ever after.
Aw, and here I thought we were friends. What if I reject the power?
You will live.
You will lose everything that makes life worth living.
You will spoil a brilliant endeavor and destroy the lives of thousands of mortals who will be devoured by the legions of demons coming from the Abyss. Aside from that, you won't do anything extraordinary at all.
What if I'm willing to sacrifice my life if it meant closing the world wound?
Oh, how noble! For a brief moment, I even felt some regret that we demons are incapable of such lovely things. You see now, Inheritor? My little protege has more nobility in him than you expected. Shame on you.
This nobility is exactly why I came here. To help the Knight Commander learn the truth, and to show him that he has been used. Besides, I do not believe that you have been acting for selfless reasons, Lady in Shadow. Honesty and nobility have never counted among your virtues. You own the main source of Nahindrian crystals, and your servant Arilu has learned how to break the laws of the universe with their help. Can it be that the ruler of darkness and mistress of assassins has not conceived a way to use this formidable gift for her own benefit?
Accusations, suspicions, all completely hollow, just like your bright-eyed pretty little head. It's a pity you inherited Eridan's sword, but not his sharp mind. I have but one goal now. To stop the armies of that lecherous billygoat and that gluttonous bug from strutting around my domain as if it were their own. I don't give a fig whether it will help mortals or hurt them. If the enemy of your enemy makes you a mutually beneficial proposition, you would have to be a complete idiot to say no.
Goddess, can you help me cleanse my soul of the influences of the Abyss?
Arilu has planted a piece of the Abyss itself in your soul. The only thing that can cleanse the soul of such a taint is that same soul. But I will be near. I will show you how to root out the demonic corruption. I am not a demon, and I do not offer any simple solutions. You will have to go your own way, no matter where it leads.
Well, now I'm finally starting to understand the rules of this game.
Yes. The power that Nahindrian crystals grant you will bring about nothing but your own demise. The branches of the Tree of Sin are vast and verdant, but its only fruit is death. You will not be able to save yourself unless you reject everything that has been foisted upon you. Now you know everything.
Do I?
No, we're not quite finished with the revelations yet. Few secrets remain to be revealed, but they will be worth the wait.
So if I go the Lich route, I'll be dead anyway.
Does this look familiar? Do you remember the similar wound above your own heart? I have given you enough hints. Come on, ask me the question I have been waiting for.
Why are you doing all this, Arilu? Your wound, knowledge of the world, history, nature. We don't have that role. World. Oof. Tells us of the curious things about the world wound's creation. Don't want to play a guessing game. If you want to say something, just say it.
That is unfortunate. I expected more from you. Just think about it. I altered you in the moment the world wound expanded for the second time. But it also expanded before, 30 years prior. There is a wound in your chest, but you can find a similar one in mine. You are the key that is capable of closing the wound forever. But are you really so unique? Or could there be another like you? Perhaps you are not even the first.
Good question. Just imagine. I have wasted so much time chasing the key to the world wound.
Hey Gimpy,
and the key
have you hydrated
was
lately?
right under my nose
If
this
not,
whole time.
you really should.
Arilu, my love. Come over here.
Oh. It really does not like someone who has been it does not look like someone who has been cornered. Without a trace of fear, she gives you a faint nod and then makes a barely discernible gesture with her hand. It disappears as if she was never even there. Here.
Wait! I said wait! That little bitch. I knew she would betray me sooner or later, but I never expected such an idiotic stunt. But everything seems to be falling into place quite nicely. You see, you don't have to die after all. Arilu opened the world wound, and Arilu will be the one who closes it, whether she likes it or not. Although, someone will need to catch her first, and this will require certain powers.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Arilu Vorlesh will pay for her crimes with her life. Her flight confirms that our suppositions were correct. But now we know that the world wound can be sealed with her blood. You have no reasons to remain indebted to the Abyss and indulge the Queen of the Succubi. Reject her gift, and secure your victory while being the person you were before Arilu Vorlesh corrupted you. Win as a mortal, and become a legend among mortals.
Blah.
She's talking rubbish. True, we gave you the power, but it was you who chose how to wield it. It belongs to you, and it will remain yours, so you can do whatever you want with it. But first, you must use it to close the world wound. You aren't going to catch this world's most powerful witch, and a half-demon one at that, with your bare hands, are you?
Both the goddess and the demon lord stare at you expectantly. Before I make my decision, I want to ask Iomedae some questions. Some questions for you, not really. I want to ask my companions for advice. What do you think all about all this blah blah?
I enjoy feeling mythic power within me. But my life was perfectly fine before it. So it is up to you to decide.
Your power doesn't lie in magic tricks. You know it doesn't. Your real power is inside you. You can win without tricks. I will help you,
Says the witch.
As a cave monster who's going to grow old and die in about 10 years' time, I can tell you this. There's no power in the world that's worth selling yourself out to the Abyss for. Being the invincible companion of the magical commander was fun and all, but we don't need it. It doesn't really matter how much magic they've heaped on you. You're the commander because you have the heart and mind of a true commander. Screw your power. Don't betray yourself. That way, we'll win.
I'm a member of the Order of the God Claw, and I cannot disregard the opinions stated by one of the 5 deities whose virtues we extol. However, I also cannot support it unconditionally. Your power is a useful tool. Its nature is solid, and it tends to yield effective results. To reject such a tool for the sake of an abstract ideal would be highly unwise. Retain this power and use it to bring the criminal Arilu Vorlesh to justice, and to rid this world of its greatest scourge. Such an outcome would represent a grand triumph of order over chaos.
Yay, Regil. You're thinking just like me.
You're halfway to becoming worse than Baphomet and Discari combined. Reject this demonic crap, no matter how much power it gives you. Iomedae herself has offered you her help and a chance to redeem yourself. Don't squander it, because you'll never have another chance like this. That's it. No way back.
You're biased.
After all you've done, I am not even sure that you still have a chance for redemption. But if even a grain of humanity still remains in you, please do as the goddess says.
Again, biased.
Someone pinch me. We are standing in the presence of the most pompous goddess in the world, debating whether we should listen to her or send her packing along with her invaluable opinions. I shall remember this moment for the rest of my life. Even as I stand in Pharasma's court, I shall tell this story to anyone who will listen.
I don't even know what he's trying to say there. I don't even know what he's trying to, what his side of the argument is here, other than he just wants to make Iomedae look bad.
As for your original question,
there we go.
I have no idea what you should decide. Do as your heart tells you, or just flip a coin.
That's kind of what I was expecting that to have.
Experience tells me that it's wiser to trust yourself and your own abilities. You can't trust what clients tell you. One day you're a hero, the next you're working for the enemy. Sorry, but it all looks like a setup to me. First they tell you to lay down your weapons, and then, once you're unarmed, they finish you off in some back alley.
Says the assassin.
Your powers are interesting from a theoretical point of view. You are an experiment started by Arilu Vorlesh, and terminating it before it is complete would be foolish, not to mention impolite.
Video. Perfect precision, blah blah blah. I made my decision.
I am waiting for your answer. I hope you will choose wisely.
Quite right. Make your choice, and make it the right one.
Yes, they gave me more mythic power. Oh, legend? The angels would know. When does it need to be a mythic creature? In other words, so this is the split. Well, we know which way I'm going. I'm not going to put 200 plus hours in this game to go some fucking legend. Sorry, my language. Destiny Beyond Birth. No, we don't care about that. Destructive Shockwave. Where's the mythics? There we go. This is really what I want. Storm, Devil, and Gold Dragon would appear. Right. Yeah. But I haven't done the stuff to open the others, so we've been going Lich the whole way. Okay, so spell penetration mythic, so they can actually hit some stuff. Change. Skeleton upgrade. Visitor. So this is another choice that he can make. I don't understand the skeletal upgrades. They don't make a whole lot of sense. Make him a Magus or an Inquisitor. Because he started off as a warrior, and then he went to barbarian, and there's no barbarian 2, so I don't even know, and it's not letting me progress. And I have to pick one of these. Could make him a cleric. Domains of death and destruction. All spells from the cleric list. Magus. How's a Magus work? Magus can't do two-handed weapons, though, can they? Or can they? Because he's using a glaive right now. That's where his stuff is. His feats and whatever. Can Magus use two-handed? I'm not that knowledgeable of Magus using two-handed weapons. I know they can do bows. But I don't know about two-handed weapons. Just can't cast a spell with in full attack the same round. Oh, okay. I don't know. Magus or cleric? Having another divine would be funny. Level 3 spells.
Hello everyone. My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also follow Gimpy over on Twitter at GimpyKnee. He tweets out there when he goes live and will more than likely follow you back. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Happy Thursday. We already had these spells, I think. Some of it has. Brace of Death. Target with necromantic energies, embraces with the power of unlife. If the target fails, it will saving throw. Goes into a coma, starts receiving constitution drain every round. Domain of Hungry Flesh. Create a terrible abomination in an area. It attacks everything inside, trying to trip. Dealing damage, entangling, dealing more damage to random ability scores. That's interesting. Choice is made. All you have to do is announce it to everyone. The bones of the dead tremble in their graves. Skulls whisper my name. Don't ask me to become mortal again, for I have stepped beyond the limits of death.
Your pride will destroy you, and perhaps all of Golarion with you. But I shall not intervene now, so as to avoid causing even more suffering to this world. Farewell.
See ya, goody goody.
Lady Arilu's experiment goes on. You know, boy, if it is successful, I will immortalize it in my encyclopedia, and I will mention your name too. If that happens, then I suppose I'll finally have to try to remember it.
That's right, she still doesn't know my name.
Heaven be my witness. I've followed you for a long time, and I sincerely believed that even though you made some morally questionable choices, you could save the world from the abyss. Well, maybe you will save everyone after all, but I won't be a part of it.
Figured.
Because I can't tell what's worse for this poor land, being invaded by demons or being ruled by a necromancer tyrant.
How am I a tyrant? What have I done that says I'm a tyrant? In all honesty.
It would have been so foolish for you to reject your powers. So many victories, so many achievements lie ahead for you. Well, go now. Capture Arilu, and prove which of you is making the best use of her invention. I'll be watching you.
Aww. Dun, dun, dun. So we take it back to resin. Strike the Bell of Mercy. Oops, I didn't do that. Didn't really need to do that, did I? I don't even know where it was. I don't even know what the Bell of Mercy is. They're just prejudiced against necromancy. They are. They don't understand. That's not tyranny if everybody listens to you. The ziggurat. Do we finally get to go in there? Increasing in healthcare and building up the city to a place that can live happy. It's not so much. It's too much for her, so she left you. Yeah. I was more successful than she was.